Hello everyone, so today I will show you how I study English from the book named Streamline English. So this is the Streamline English has 4 books in a series. There's 4 books in the series, and this is the first book of this series named Departures. Okay, so today I will show you how I study a lesson in this book. So, for example, today I'm studying at the lesson 6. You will see this one, a nice flat. So that means today I will learn some vocabularies about the flat, the house. There's things in the house, for example, television, table, dining room, etc. Yes, and when you go into first into the lesson, the first part you will learn that is the grammar. And for example, today at the lesson 6, I learned about a nice flat, and the grammar I will learn today is there is or there are, and it will separate into the singular and plural. For example, they will give me, and in this part they will let me see about some example of this structure. For example, in the singular they will give you the form there is a, or you can sum it like there's, or there is not a. You will sum it into there isn't or there's not. Or the third way is there a. This is a question, the form for the question. Yes, and for the plural, you will exchange the word is to be are. So, in the singular, you will say there is a, and in the plural, you will say there are some. Yes, or there are not any. There are not any. Or to sum it, you will say there aren't. And the third one, this form is to make the question, that is, are there any, blah 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 blah, and the question mark at the end of the sentence. And now you will see they will give you some sample for this form. I will read some sentence for you. The first one, there's a good film on TV this evening. So to practice this one, for example, like me, I study English for a long time. So maybe for these simple sentences, I will speak it very simple. But for you who are just started to learn English few days or few months, I know that your pronunciation is not good. So just keep practice until you feel smooth, fluent, and keep going to the next sentences. For example, there's a good film on TV this evening. There's a good film on TV this evening. So at the first, the second, and the third times, I will look at the book to study, to speak this sentence. But at the fourth time, I will close my eyes or look up to the ceiling, yes, to remember and say it out loud, and until I can speak it fast and smooth and fluently and exactly. Okay, I will read it again. There's a good film on TV this evening. There's a good film on TV this evening. There's a good film on TV this evening. Okay, and the fourth time, I will, or that means I haven't remembered this sentence, so I have to look at it and learn again. There's a good film on TV this evening. There is a good film on TV this evening. There's a good film on TV this evening. Yes. And at the plural sentence, there's an example for you. There are some big trees in the gardens. There are some big trees in the garden. There are some big trees in the garden. There are some big trees on the garden. Mhm. Yes, so you can see that it's very simple for you to learn. And also, this book has the Vietnamese here, but I don't want to speak Vietnamese for you because I want you to hear about it and try your best to understand what am I saying in English that would train for your brain to listen and understand in English. Yeah, so if you have this book, you will see it in Vietnamese very easy for you. And I want you to make it. When you hear it, you will understand it in English. Don't translate to Vietnamese anymore. Okay, and then they will explain for you very easy. For example, there plus be, yeah, that means the be verb. So when there plus be, it is one used to point to a thing or a person uh, is somewhere around there. Or there plus some, that means few people or few things. You before it will stand before the nouns, a countable noun. Yes, and there plus any, this is you will use in the negative sentence or the question sentence. Yes, and it will stand before the plural nouns. Yes, and then the next part of the lesson, that is about the vocabulary. Yeah, that's what I just said to you, that is from here to here. Yes, and the next part is about the vocabulary, and there is 1, 2, 3, and 3 parts of vocabulary. After a part of vocabulary, there will be some examples for you to practice to use these vocabularies. And yes, and then after that, they will give you some uh, exercise for you to practice more. For example, the first part of vocabulary, they will give you some words like nice, agent, flat, miss, land, living room, kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, toilet, balcony, telephone, wall, small, large, cooker, fridge, cupboard, and under, sink, any, in, where, etc. Yes, and after the first part of vocabulary, they will give you another part, that is the expressions. So with the expressions, you will try your best to remember and say it, use it every day in your life. There's 2 expressions in this book for these lessons today. That is good. And the second one is here's the kitchen. Yeah, to introduce something for you, and then they will provide some proper names in English for you. So this will support you a lot when you talking to others, and when someone are mentioned in the conversation, you will easy to recognize that is there's a name, just not a vocabulary. Yes, and then they will give you um, some example about these vocabularies, and then you will go to the next part of vocabulary. In this part, they will give you some more vocabularies in a flat, a house, that is sofa, record, magazine, powder, and television. and the exercise for this vocabulary. And then go to the third part of vocabulary. There are dining room, large hall, landing, downstairs, upstairs, lamp, typewriter, waste paper bin, desk, and office. Yes, and after all, they will give you the practice part. So in the practice part, they will summarize all the lessons in this one for you. For example, there is, there isn't, there is not a cooker. Yeah, are some cup, and yeah, there are some cups. There aren't any. There are not glasses. Well, very easy for you to learn. Yeah, very clear. Just try your best, yeah, to learn. So with you who are just started to learn English, maybe you cannot remember too much in a lesson. So one lesson you can separate to be 3 parts, and you can learn it in 3 days. But with the one who are studied, who have studied English for a long time, maybe 1 year something, 1 year something, you can learn 1 lesson or 2 lesson in a day. So with 1 lesson here, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5 papers. Yeah, and so this is just a review and how I studied English from this book. It's very easy, but it needs you to take time, to spend time for it, and one day you will conquer it. Day by day you will conquer the English, at least the English for conversation. Yeah, so I hope you will good at English, and see you